Today we are going to learn decimals. The number expressed in decimal forms are called decimals. A decimal has two parts, whole number part, decimal part. These parts are separated by a dot called decimal point. The part on the left side of the decimal point is the whole number. The part on the right side of the decimal point is the decimal part. The number of digits contained in the decimal part of a decimal gives the number of decimal places. For example, 5.74. Here, two decimal places are there. It has two decimal places. 8.1, only one decimal places. 2.675, 675, three decimal places are there. So, the number of digits contained in the decimal part of a decimal gives the number of decimal places. Next, expanded form. We all know how to expand a number. For example, I have written 285. How to expand the number? 2 into 100 plus 8 into 10 plus 5. Here 200, 8 tens, 5 ones. Okay. Shall I write in this chart? 200, 8 tens, 5 ones. For example, 7865. Here how I will expand? 7 into 1000 plus 8 into 100 plus 6 into 10 plus 5. Here 7, 8, 6, 5. Here we are going to expand this decimal numbers. For example, 4567.456. Here 4 into 1000 plus 5 into 100 plus 6 into 10 plus 7. 456 is a whole number. I have written like that. After decimal plus, I have no space, I am writing here. 4 by 10. This is the 10th position, 100th, 1000th. So 4 by 10 plus 5 by 100 plus 6 by 1000. The decimal part I have written like this. So 4, 500, 6 tens, 7 ones, point, 4 tenth, 500th, 6000th. Understood? How to expand the decimal number. Next, decimals having the same number of decimal places are called like decimals. Here 6.73, 8.76, 19.68. Whole part, this is decimal part. Whole part, decimal part. Here in this decimal part, there are two decimal places, two decimal places, two decimal places. These three decimals have two decimal places. They are called like decimals. The next example is 1.1, 3.4, 7.8. These three decimals have one decimal space, one decimal place. So these three decimals are like decimals. I am going to write one more example. 3.456, 2.343, 1.878. In these three decimals, they are having three decimal places. So 3 decimal place. So these are called like decimals. Next, unlike decimals. Decimals having different number of decimal places are called unlike decimal. Listen here. 5.6 has one decimal place. Here 7.89 has two decimal place. Here 9.456 has three decimal place. So in this three decimal numbers, each having different decimal places, they are unlike decimals. Next is comparing decimals. Before going to comparing decimals, here I have written two decimal numbers here. Putting any number of zeros on right part does not change the value. See, I am putting zeros on the right part of the number. Right part of the number. So that means the value doesn't change. Okay. Next, why we are comparing these decimals? We have to find which decimal is greater, which is lesser or equal to. For this purpose, we are comparing the decimals. For example, 2.30 and 7.89. When we are comparing these two decimals, I told you this is a whole part, this is a decimal part. First, we have to compare the whole part, 2 and 7. Which is largest? 7 is the largest, but this is the largest decimal. For example, 2.35, 2.38. When we are comparing these two decimals, first I told you we want to compare the whole part. I am comparing this whole part. The whole part are same. If the whole part are equal, compare the 10th part. 10th part. The 10th part also equal. So we have to compare the 100th part. So which is greater? 8 is greater. So this is greater. Understood? Next. Method of converting a decimal into a fraction. There are three steps are there. First, for example, 2.3. Write the decimal without decimal point as numerator. So 2.3 I have written without the decimal point. I want to return in the numerator. Second step. In the denominator, write 1 followed by as many zeros. So nothing. You have to count the decimal place. Here, how many decimal place? 1. So 1 0. Reduce the above fraction to simplest form. Here 23 is a prime number, so we can't reduce it. Okay. One more example is there. 7.92. First, what I told, first step, without the decimal point, 792, I want to write as a numerator. Second step, in the denominator, write 1 followed by as many zeros. Count the decimal place. Here, 2 decimal place. So, 2 zeros. And reduce it to simplest form. How to reduce? 792 100. 2 0 is an even number. So, divide by 2. 3 9 6. Divide by 2. Again, it will be reduced, I think, it by 2. So, 1 times 9 2s are 18, 8, 198 by 25 is the simplest form of this fraction. This is a method of converting a decimal into a fraction. What are the steps? First, write the decimal without the decimal point as a numerator. And in the denominator, write 1 followed by how many decimal places? So here 2 decimal places, so 20. Then the number is reduced to its simplest form. Next, method of converting a fraction into a decimal. For example, 7/2. 7 is a numerator. Ordinary division I'm going to do. 7, 2 is a divisor. So how many times? 3, 2, 2, 6. So 7 minus 6, 1. So here remainder is 1. So I'm keeping a decimal point here. So I'm adding 1 0 here. 5 times 5 2s are 10. The remainder is 0. The quotient is 3.5 is a decimal. So I converted a fraction into a decimal. Shall I do one more? 15/20. Listen here. Here, this fraction I'm returning as 3/4 is a simplest form of this fraction. Okay, 3/4. 3, 4. 3 not possible. So I'm keeping one point here, putting 1 0 here. 7 4s are 28. 30 minus 28, 2. So I'm adding 1 0 here. 5 4s are 20. So 0.75. Fraction into a decimal. Okay. The next is addition of decimals. These are the steps here. Convert, first one, convert the given decimal into like fraction. I already told that what is a like fraction? The decimal places should be equal. Here 209, here only 68. So I'm adding 1 0. If I'm adding 1 0, the value doesn't change. Okay, next. Write the addends one under the other in the column form. These are two addend. I am writing 1/1, 3.680, one under the other in the column form. Add as whole number. Ordinary addition 9, 8, 8. In the sum, put the decimal point directly under decimal point in the addend. In the addend, decimal point. So I'm adding here. 7 3s are 10. Understood? First, we have to convert the given decimal into like fractions. Like fractions means the decimal places should be equal. So here only 68, 2 decimal place, here 3 decimal place. I am converting into 3 decimal place by adding 1 0 here. We are adding 0, that can't change this value. After that, the addends are writing one another in the column form. Then add as a whole number. In the sum, put the decimal point directly under the decimal point in the addend. Shall we do one more? 2.30 plus 7.68. Here 2 decimal place, here 2 decimal place. So I am the addends 1/1. I am writing in the column form. After that, normal addition 8, 9. So decimal point directly. Here point, here also point. So 9.98. Addition of decimals. Next, we are going to see the subtraction of decimals. As I told you, same only. 3 decimal places, 3 decimal places. So adding the addends 1/1 in the column form, and we have to subtract because this is a subtraction of decimals. So 6 minus 3, 3. 5 minus 4, 1. 7 minus 2, 5. The point directly here. 9 minus 6, 3.513. Multiplication of a decimal by 10, 100, 1000, etc. On multiplying a decimal by 10, the decimal point is shifted to right by one place. For example, here, this is the right side. So, the decimal point is shifted from here to here. So, 7295.671. Understood? I'm doing one more. 2 into 10. Here, the decimal point is here, shifted from here to here, one place, on multiplying the decimal by 10. For example, on multiplying a decimal by 100, the decimal point is shifted to right by two place, from here to here. So 7293.4.5. Understood? Next one. Here. On multiplying a decimal by 1000, the decimal point is shifted from here to here, right by 3 place. 5, 4, 3. So, by multiplying by 10, the decimal point is shifted to right by 1 place. Decimal by 100, the decimal point is shifted to right by 2 place. On multiplying a decimal by 1000, the decimal point is shifted to right by 3 place. Next, multiplication of a decimal by whole number. Multiple the decimal without the decimal point by the given number. Listen here. First, 23 into 4. As such as I'm multiplying. 4 3s are 12, 1, 4 2s are 8, 9. Okay. Here, how many decimal place? One decimal place. So, 1 point. So, what is the answer? 9.2. Here, two steps are there. Multiple the decimal without the decimal point by the given number. I have written 23 as such. Mark the decimal point in the product by counting the decimal places in the given decimals. I have counted only one decimal place, so 1 point here. Shall I do one more? Here. 5172. 543. So 5418. So here how many decimal place? 2. Here 1 decimal place. So we have to count 2 plus 1, 3 decimal place. So 8.145. Simply we have to write. Simply we have to multiple. After multiplying, we have to count how many decimal places are there. After counting the decimal places, total 3. So of 3. Next, division of decimals by 10, 100 and 1000. On dividing a decimal by 10, the decimal point is shifted to the left by one place. When we are multiplying by 10, the decimal point is shifted to right. Here, dividing, the decimal point is shifted to left. For example, 2.3 by 10. So, 2.3, the point 3 is shifted from here to here. So, the answer is 0.23. Understood? One more. 5.45 by 10. So, the point is shifted from here to here. So, 5.45. The point is shifted from here to here. So, 0.545. On dividing the decimal by 10, the decimal point is shifted to left by one place. Here, The next example is 54.3 by 100. So on dividing the decimal by 100, the decimal point is shifted from here to here, 2 place. 0.3 shifted from here to here. So 0.44543. The decimal point is shifted to the left by 2 place. Here, the point is here. I am dividing by 1000. So what is the answer here? The point is shifted to left by 3 place. So the point will go here. So 1.4873. Next, division of decimals by a whole number. See, I am writing 2.34 by 2. Numerator and denominators are here. Here 2.34 numerator, ordinary division. 2 is a divisor. So 1 time 2, the point, I am putting a point here. I am bringing the 3 down. 1 times 2, 3 minus 2, 1, bringing the 4 down. 7 2s are 14. Ordinary division method. So what is the answer? 1.17. Upper the division of decimals by a whole number. 2 is a whole number. See, let me do one more. 7.23 by 3. So I told you the decimal is a numerator. I'm putting inside, and the divisor is a 3 whole number. I'm putting outside. So how many times? 2 times 6. 7 6 1. Point I'm keeping here. 2 I'm bringing down 2. So 4 3s are 12. 12 minus 12 0. So 3 I'm bringing down. 1 3s are 3. So the remainder is 0. So answer is 2.41. Division of decimals by a whole number. If suppose 6.4 by 2. One more method is there. Here, if I multiple by 10, the point shift from here to here. So it becomes a whole number. So when the numerator is multiplying, denominator should also multiply by 10. So 64 by 20 reduced to lowest form. By 10, 3.2. This is one method of dividing the decimals by a whole number.